And away we go. It is time for this TMP Gold 83 match, a pivotal match in this division between the top two players ranked on points. This could be pivotal for the promotion race. Starting out, we'll introduce the left-hand side. Rolling out of the Philippines with an overall NTSC PB of 1,146,741 points and an ELO of 1396, which ranks him in just outside the top 250 in the world. Has a match record of 16 wins and 18 losses. Currently 2 wins and 2 losses in this division, with commanding wins against Comey, but 2 losses to some player called Adam Irish. We'll be hoping to get the season back on track after those 2 losses and remain a contender for promotion. It is Felix. His opponent from the USA, a hyper tapper with an overall NTSC PB of 1,054,225 points, an ELO of 1621, which I'm pretty sure is by quite a distance the highest in TNP. 151st in the world with a record of 27-9. And again, 17 wins in his last 19 matches. Just a phenomenal record from a phenomenal player. It is falseminute. falseminute currently 2-0 in the division. Or 4-0 in the division, sorry. Wins against Gert and Comey. Having him on 28 points, 11 points clear of Felix, and 2 wins here will pretty much all but secure promotion for falseminute. 133 for Felix, 129 for falseminute. It is the first time that these two players are facing off against each other for an ELO match, and on ELO, falseminute is the heavy favorite, 79-21, although Felix is the higher PB. And that's a higher PB across the board. Felix having a higher 18, 19, and 29 PB compared to falseminute, but falseminute has just shown that not only he's got a high PB in TNP, he's consistent, very consistent, often getting into the 800s and 900s like it's nothing. But currently it's Felix who's leading on 208 at line 67, or 231 at line 67, 191 for falseminute. falseminute also now crossing to 200,000 points. Is 5 lines back from Felix, but is still a bit behind in real-time lead as well. falseminute is set up for another Tetris here. Skims with the J piece, and we'll get the bar over, gets a Tetris, and another Tetris there for falseminute. Pretty much neck and neck now. Felix is on 314, falseminute on 286. Tetris for falseminute to go to 309. Nice T-tuck there for Felix. TMP Gold, in case you are unaware, is the top division of Tetris for the non-pros, which is a amateur, which is a org for amateur and beginner players. It is the 6th highest tier of competition in the Classic Tetris League ecosphere, which includes, of course, the main 5 divisions of CTL, extending all the way to Div 1 with the likes of Blue Scooty, Alex T, Sitnev, all those kind of players, all the way down to Div 5. And then you have TNP, which has the gold, silver, and bronze divisions, as well as the beginner tiers of Oak, Elm, and Birch, which are for players under 500,000 in PB. Both players getting a Tetris. falseminute leading on 425, Felix on 410. This is just Felix's 4th ever division to compete in. made his debut in Elm 12 back in July of 2025. Took a little bit of a break from the game after only winning 2 of 10 matches in Bronze 83, but came back with a vengeance and with a max out, playing in Gold 79, also qualifying for Fastlane, where he made the top 4, losing to Mikaway. Felix transitions in at 5:04 into level 19. Falseminute is 7 lines away from transition, 11 lines back, so has the real lead, even though Felix is ahead on score right now. Tetris for Falseminute to go to 5:17. Falseminute also in what is his 4th TNP division, made his debut in Bronze 90 back in January of this year, one of the handful of 2026 debutants we have in TNP. Got promoted up to Silver courtesy of Bronze 90, Bronze 91. Then went flawless in Silver 84. Won the Silver Bullet tournament, which is 19 starts only in TNP Silver, and is currently 4-0 in Gold. 610 for Felix, 594 for Falseminute. So Felix with a narrow lead here. This is some stellar gameplay we're seeing here. 600k pluses into level 22. And this is TNP, mind you, and both players are on max out pace. I think we've only seen once a double max out in TNP. I think. I've only seen one screenshot of it at least. Tetris for Falseminute, 659 into 22. Tetris Felix, 705. Into level 23. Falseminute is set up for another Tetris here. Tetris for Falseminute, 716. Felix in a little bit of trouble here. Gets that Z piece over to the left-hand side. Some brilliant 5 taps on display here for Felix. It's neck and neck on score, but Felix is ahead by 10 lines, which is gonna make things a bit interesting here. 721 to 728. Falseminute is in a commanding position. Gets another Tetris to go to 758 into level 24. Felix is on 726 and 25. Felix, though, is just trying to get this burned away. Tetris again for Falseminute, 791. TNP Gold never fails to disappoint. This is just what it is now. Felix is... Oh, Falseminute with a couple of misdrops to the right-hand side. Hangs an S and doesn't get that far over. Gonna top out at 793. Felix has a chase down. Target is 794, but Felix is up high and also running out of time. Just 18 lines to go into level 29. Needs a Tetris and a half. Now, Felix does have some 29, has about a 200,000 from a 29 start, but up this high, it might not be realistic to survive, but stranger things have happened. Is Felix gonna go for it? Might be. Felix is going for the left well Tetris and is gonna miss it. Oh my goodness. Felix missed it. And Felix tops out just 30,000 points off. Falseminute is gonna take game number 1. Missed the 5. That's heartbreaking. I think so. Yeah, 200k, 29 PB. Let me get the exact one up here. 206,400 points is Felix's 29 PB. Yeah, yeah, right. Burby is still in bronze. Yeah. Burby is still in bronze with like a 6 million. And a game crash. My 29 PB is like 20,000 or something like that. I've gotten better at it recently. But it's like 20,000 points. Because I don't play 29 starts, really. If I include, like, into, like, playing on level 29 in a normal game, it's, like, 40... Like, 40, 41? Something like that? Because I would get, like, a kill tris and then a couple lines after. I'm not counting that. False minute is ready, waiting on Felix. Felix is getting some lube for the hands for less friction on the controller. So the moisturizer technique that Fractal popularized. False Minute was one of many players to compete in my online tournament a few months ago, AIE Online. I know, creative name. Finished in, or played in the bronze bracket and finished in 6th place. Going out to Martz. Martz has, or sorry, not Martz. False Minute has lost twice since then. AIE Online was in early April. When is the next AIE Online supposed to be run? Probably Q3 or Q4 2026. Haven't decided yet. Isn't the next AIE Online DAS? I haven't decided yet on if I'm going to have the Open tournament first or the DAS tournament first. Players are ready to go for game number 2. Best of luck. I'll announce everything after AIE Live. It's cool. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. But yeah, the current plan is AIE Online and AIE Online DAS are happening. I have yet to decide on whether the online is just going to be a DAS and there's only going to be one tournament, or if I'm going to do both. If I do both, one of them is going to be in Q3, so anytime between August and July and September, probably leaning towards September. And then another one's going to be in Q4, so anytime between October and December, probably like November or December. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Depends on my time, I guess. False Minute was one half of what I judged to be the match of the century when it came to TNP. In Bronze 91... between himself and Ganyaler Gandalf. Kind of was the match that put False Minute on the map as a player to watch, as both just had in the most insane games you will have probably ever seen in a bronze division. They were getting like 600s, half maxes like it's nothing, running so deep. Oh, Felix is in a bit of trouble here, but gets a bar to bail him out. Yeah, that was a double 600. Oh, Felix, diving board bar. No burn options. Has to get that well open somehow. Taking emergency burns. Oh my god, Felix. Felix gets the well open. Oh my goodness. Is there a bar? Is there going to be a bar to save him? Oh my goodness. Oh no, the bar comes a bit too late. Felix tops out at 84,000 points, almost with the craziest dig that I would ever have seen in gold. False Minute is good for game 2. So False Minute takes an early 2-0 lead in this set. So False Minute, whenever you are ready, and Felix, whenever you are ready, you can get game 3 underway. And players are ready for game number 3. False Minute looking to try to complete the sweep. Felix hoping to try and get the reverse sweep going. Best of luck in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I mean, yeah, special shout out to your match against Talvid as well, especially that first set, where you took Talvid all the way to a decider and still put up a good fight in the 0-3 that I remember. Yeah, both are some of the best matches I've ever seen out of bronze. Oh yeah, the match against Gandalf did not disappoint. After I hyped it up to the high heavens. Tetris False Minute, up to 69,000 points. Felix must win to keep set 1 alive. Of course, there are 2 sets to a Team P division, 2 sides of the coin, at least in a smaller division like this one is, 6 players. So if you don't do well in one set, you can still earn some points in the second set and get some points on the board. $128 for Felix at 33 lines, 90 for False Minute at 34. So Felix ahead by a Tetris and a half here. What's up, Hazel? Nice flat double tuck there for that long bar for Felix. Would I consider myself French today? I don't care about the 3rd place match. I really don't care. I don't think anyone in the history of the universe cares about a World Cup 3rd place match. Like, everyone I know at, like, work or in IRL, they're not watching it. They're not bothering to watch it. Would I consider myself Spanish? Probably. I don't want Argentina to win again. $252 for Felix, $212 for False Minute. And like, to be clear, on the debate, I'm on the side of Messi, but I don't want Argentina to win again. Felix is in trouble here, up high in a dig. A not too unfamiliar sight for Felix. But can he find a way out of it? That L is gonna plug, and that's gonna be a hang of a square, and that's gonna be a top out for Felix at 258. False Minute is going to complete the sweep and win the first set by 3-0. Another step closer for False Minutes. Taking another leap towards promotion into CTL. That is set 1 in the books. I assume we're doing set 2. Looking at the table now, False Minute is now on 36 points, 19 points clear of Felix. Now with an 80% chance of promotion, 92% chance of finishing in at least the top 2. Now, something to keep an eye on, and just to keep in mind as we're going into this next set, is the conditional promotion thresholds. There's a conditional promotion spot every division. That spot isn't a playoff spot per se. It is a spot reserved for whoever gets. So conditional promotion in this division is 50 points, which seems very harsh. Is that meant to be 50? Hang on. me double check this. Surely it's not 50. I was pretty sure it was like, hang on. It's like 40 something, right? That's what I always thought. Yeah, it was 42 in the last. Oh, well, that was a 5-player division, I guess. 50 is harsh. That's crazy. Dang. That's going to be difficult to try and get to. Because you're 5-0 and still 14 points off of it. Anyway. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get game or set number 2 underway. I don't know, I guess it looked harsh to me. Maybe it isn't, but whatever. Game number 2. Let's count it down. Oh, did I not change the title? That's my bad. Let me change the title real quick. TNP Gold 83. Falseminute versus Felix. I need to have someone change the title for me. Like a mod. What do I pay you guys for? All right, game 1 of set 2 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I'm like, no hope in hell am I getting 50 points out of this div. So set 2. Felix. Falseminute. Falseminute won the first set by 3 games to nothing. We'll be hoping to go 2 for 2 here. Yeah, 7-3. I don't know if I can win 7 sets in this. We'll see. Oh, Felix with a Spire in the middle of the board. We'll take a Tetris, but we'll see how Felix tries and solves this. Just puts an O piece down, but that's going to create some holes and some uneven balance in the stack. Falseminute leads early. 77-75. Oh, Sierra is going to have a absolute... As soon as she hears, she's going to have a stroke. Oh, God. 117 mil, like, you guys will buy... You guys could probably just get, like, Steel Diamante for that price. Coup of the century. 150 for Felix, 134 for Falseminute. Both players currently with a bit of a spotty board. Felix is clean now left with an open tuck. Gets a Tetris. We'll see. Okay, Felix is going to go for the T-tuck. Gets the T-tuck. Yeah, 80 million. It'll just be interesting who you replace him with. But yeah, a bit of a shame that your squad's kind of getting a bit torn apart after the World Cup, because so many of your players did good at the World Cup. Tetris for Falseminute at 197. Felix is ahead by about 80,000 points here. Falseminute will take a Tetris. Tetris for Felix, 298s. Felix will take a triple. Open back up the center of the board. Falseminute with a nice skim. And Blackburn of the top of the board there just to try to get the well back open. Does do so, but creates a L dependency, plugs it with an S piece. Tetris false minute 250. Felix is really committing to the center well, gets a Tetris. Felix, such an aggressive player. Tetris 275 now for false minute, 335 for Felix. Now switching over to a left well. Unconventional because the piece drops favor the right-hand side, so it's easier in theory then to get pieces over to the right than it is to the left, which is why you'll almost always see Tetris players getting right well Tetrises compared to left well. Felix is now going back over to the center. Anything but a conventional right well Tetris. Quaid would be proud. Harry Hong would be proud. Center well Tetris for Felix, 405. Good cleanup there from Falseman. It takes another Tetris to go to 331. Felix on 409. Tetris false minute 361. Felix has a spire in the middle of the stack. Level 19's coming up in less than 10 lines for both these players. They've got 2 Tetrises available, but Felix is just setting up so many overhang and tuck setups. But I think may have set up one too many here as this board is falling apart at the seams for Felix. There's no burns. Misdrops a square. And Felix has very much stacked himself into oblivion here. And is going to top out at 466. False minute has a chase down. Target is 467. For false minute here. And it looks like false minute's just going to line out. No need to rush. So much time to get this. False minute has a Tetris set up and is going to happily oblige and get it. 473. False minute is good for game 2, or game 1. False minute is ready for game number 2. After this match, we will be seeing a match courtesy of the DAS League again, Season 6, Division 2. Wallbants will take on Maisie. So stay tuned for that. Felix is ready. Both players ready. Game number 2. Count it down from 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Somalian. First we have Chloe struggling, and now we have Somalian struggling. What's up, Somalian? Hope you're doing well. Felix is on 13k. False minute on 71. False minute off to a good start here, but Felix already in a bit of a dig. Can you take you versus Wallbat for the back-to-back? I would, but I can't because I have another match right after it I'm taking, and I don't use 4-player scenes anymore, so I'm sorry. Unless you guys can wait until after... I mean, if you could wait until after John versus Aaron in Bronze, which is like an extra hour, if you could, then that would allow me to also help out Crab Rangoon, who needs a match taken. Oh, fair enough. Okay, that's fine. All good. False Minute is on 166. Felix is still waiting on that first Tetris on 39k at 42 lines in. And I don't think it's coming anytime soon unless Felix sets up dirty. Felix misses the rotation of the Z piece. Tetris False Minute 191. Felix is still waiting on that first Tetris. Could be setting it up now, though. Is set up. Is it gonna happen? The well is still open. It's still open. It's closed. It's back open again. Felix getting dreaded the worst time. Oh my god, the buck comes one piece too late. Oh, there it is. Tetris for Felix. Finally off the ground. But is almost 200,000 points off of False Minute, who's on 293. Now is 200,000 points off as Felix is on 90 at 77 lines in. Not only is Felix 200k down in points, also behind in lines, or ahead in lines by 15. So False Minute in a good position, I would say, in terms of this game. Because you can add on about 4 Tetris's worth of advantage onto False Minute's score, and that will put things at about a 250,000 point lead for False Minute. $134 for Felix, $356 for False Minute. Felix misses a T-spin. Tetris False Minute, 381. Ahead now by 240,000 points in score, plus 4 extra Tetrises of line discrepancy. We're looking at over a 300,000 point pace lead here. Now the question is on everyone's lips. Will Felix get a 200k transition? We'll get a Tetris. False Minute. Takes the Tetris to go to 450. Felix on 171. Felix getting a little bit droughted. Will go in at 197 into level 19. So the answer will be no. It's a 197, but still 2 halves to every Tetris match, and level 19 transition is the perfect time to catch up. But will False Minute show any signs of slowing? Is 16 lines back. 232,000 points ahead. Felix isn't out of it, but False Minute is in a good position here to take this game if he can at least even just maintain the pace he's on. Be interesting to see what False Minute's strategy is going into level 19, though. Felix, though, is just going to try to go full pedal to the metal here. 306 at level 21, line 155. False Minute goes in at 488. False Minute, though, already in a bit of trouble here, having to stack high because of covering that well. And False Minute's going to top out at 489. The door is now wide open. Felix needs 490. Felix with a couple of misdrops hangs a T-piece, which crucially covers column 6, which was the key to getting this back open. Gets the well open, but that Z is only going to burn for a single and leave some more clutter for Felix to deal with. Gotta bring that rolling, hangs a Z, dead drops it, and is not going to be able to recover. Felix tops out at 322. falseminute will take game 2. All right, falseminute is ready, just waiting on Felix. Felix is ready. Game 3. Between these two players, can falseminute do the double sweep, or will Felix try and launch the comeback here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So we get away again, get underway again for another game. falseminute looking for that perfect double sweep, getting 16 to get 16 points and take one step closer to promotion. A win here would see falseminute get enough points to get past the conditional promotion threshold, while it won't guarantee safety, won't guarantee promotion, because 2 players could then surpass your score potentially. It would put falseminute in a very good position with just 2 opponents to go. 66 for Felix, 139 for falseminute. Tetris falseminute now with a bit of clutter in the middle of the board to try and deal with. Looking for the quick way out. Taking a few burns. Not getting the best pieces for this cleanup, but is making do with it and gets the center of the board open. Felix, though, is in a bit of a dig here. Doesn't get that T-piece all the way over. Now is bar dependent on 2 places on the board. Covers both of them, and Felix is going to top out at 77,000 points. falseminute on 180 will take game number 3 and will win the set by 3 games to nothing. falseminute will get that double sweep. A huge result. 1 step closer now to promotion. So now just 6 points away is falseminute from that conditional promotion. Let me just quickly bring up the table. Is now up to 44 points. After 6 matches played, 6-0, just 4 games dropped throughout the entirety of those 6 sets. Still has to play myself and Mydros, while Felix